So let's talk about how to do exponential smoothing with the trend using Excel. And here is the slide from the lecture, and here is the setup of Excel. So I just entered the time t 1 to 8. So this is quarterly data, and we want to predict what is going to happen in um, in quarter 8, and we have to find out ft plus 1, t plus 1, and fit t plus 1. And as you see here, fit is zero point 0.3, yt fit t. So we know that we are going to just enter ft plus 1. We are going to start with 74. We're going to we just need a starting point, and tt plus 1 or trend, we do not know what that is, so we just insert 0. ft plus 1, let's assume that it's just 74, the same with the actual demand. And we start with the T2, time period 2 or quarter 2, and start with equal sign and saying, yeah, we want to apply the formula that is 74, right? So fit is fit T plus, and we have alpha, which is zero point 0.3 times, and yt actually is 74, right? Minus, and then fit t. So fit t was this, right? So I'm going to set that up as 74 so we can find. So one more thing that you can do is you can type alpha here, because later you can change that, and that's 0.3 at this moment, and beta and is given as 0.4. So I'm going to use that instead of just typing 0.3 here. In that way, we can simulate the value ourselves. So 0.3 over there, and I'm going to set that one as an absolute reference, right? And then let's go to now t plus 1, and t plus 1 is equals tt previous one plus, oops, equals this one plus, and beta times ft plus 1. ft plus 1 is right here, and minus fit t. Fit t is right here. Right? So that's the formula that we find. So let's fix the beta too. So I was able to fix that. And fit t plus 1 equals ft plus 1 plus tt plus 1, right? So I found that. Now, all that I need to do is, once you did everything right, then you just copy that down and you have the formula, right? So if you have too many decimal places, you can decrease it. Maybe 100th might be good enough. And then you have all these forecasting yourself, this exponential smoothing with the trend. And probably you can project what's happening. So that can be done by choosing these 3 columns and go to insert and probably line graph like this. All right, so time t and demand and ft plus 1 is done. So can select data and horizontal category axis should be time t, and I want to just delete this thing because it's confusing there. Right. So here's I'm going to say edit text, and I'm going to say exponential smoothing with trend and fit t, right? And you can make it look nicer. Say you can choose that, and you have time there. And looks like I need to change the horizontal line again. So let's go to select data, and here I'm not going to include the time t, but start from 1, and that will fix the graph. So 1 to 8, um, and the red line is the actual data, and I want to see which one is which. So in that case, you can go to quick layout and choose one of them here. So um, what about this one? What about this? Yeah, so I like this one, and change the title again. I think I have to change it. Exponential smoothing with trend and fit T. Right. So at quarter 8, you don't have actual data. That's why it plunged like this. And at the time, you are looking at 131.35, and that's your fit T plus 1 projection. So you see some gaps there, but it is predicting what is happening with this T. And what is interesting with this is actually, you can change things around. For example, if you change alpha value, what happens, right? For example, you increase it to say zero point 0.7, right? And if you change alpha to zero point 0.7, as you can see, um, yours became quite closer. The gap became quite closer. If you make it zero point 0.9, then what happens? Right. So it changes um, in comparison to your forecasting, and your fluctuation has become a lot higher. And your beta, you can change, say, zero point 0.7, then what happens? Your trend is now catching up with your um, data as well. So the sensitivity increases. So that experiment you can do as you wish, because you are able to simulate what is happening with your data. So that's the beauty of Excel. If you automate everything, the simulation can happen quite quickly. So I strongly encourage you to use this kind of setup to experiment with exponential smoothing with trend. Thank you.